Okay, Whynauts, is everyone ready?
I'm ready. Lista.
Me too. I am pumped. I am amped. I feel alive.
Well, that's perfect, Kenneth, because that's what today's episode is about. Today's episode is about living and non-living things.
Me? I'm definitely a living thing.
Yeah, you are, Kenneth, and Jerry and I are too. And so are you. ¿Están listos para aprender sobre seres vivos y cosas no vivas? Are you ready to learn and have some fun?
All right! All living things have basic needs that they need to survive in their environment.
Like me, and birds, and flowers, me again, lions, dogs, elephants, and even trees.
They all respond to their environment. They use energy to grow and to exist. Plus, all living things need to be able to reproduce.
What does reproduce mean?
¿Qué significa reproducirse? That means all living things create other living things, or offspring of their kinds. Humans have babies, trees have seedlings, dogs have puppies. Los seres vivos crecen y se reproducen, o sea, crean descendencia.
And porcupines have porcupets. What? That's what baby porcupines are called.
Porcupine for the win. Now, non-living things are things that are not alive. Las cosas no vivas, como los zapatos o las casas, no pueden reproducirse.
Some non-living things are rocks, computers, bricks, bottles, and these.
What? No soy una cosa. I'm a living thing. Estoy vivo.
You are, but these aren't. Your glasses.
Oh, I see.
And now I see too. These glasses are non-living, so they don't grow, reproduce, or need to survive. But I am alive, so I can use energy and take these glasses back. Oh, and I do need them to see.
Okay, we know the basics of living and non-living things, but let's talk about the basic needs of living things, starting with animals. ¿Qué necesitan los seres vivos para sobrevivir? Empecemos con los animales.
What is one thing you all think animals need to survive?
Here's a hint. It's something that I need. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They all need food, comida.
Sí, todos necesitamos comer. Food gives us the energy and nutrients we need to survive. La comida nos da energía y nutrientes. Animals eat plants, or other animals, or sometimes both.
That's right, animals also need water, agua, which they can get from their food, or lakes, creeks, rivers, and even puddles.
And animals also need shelter to protect them from bad weather or predators. Los animales también necesitan refugio para protegerse del mal tiempo y de los predadores.
My house is the perfect place to live. It has food, water, shelter from bad weather, and all my stuff. I like my stuff.
And something else that's important in your house and all around it, air.
Sí, el aire. Air is the mixture of gases that covers the earth. It's literally everywhere. We can't see it, but we sure can breathe it in. Respirar es la neta.
Plants also need air. Las plantas también necesitan aire. This seems like the perfect time to talk about the basic needs of plants.
True, but speaking of air, let's get some fresh air.
So what do you all think? Staying here and talk about plants, or getting this thing and take a quick trip outside?
Bueno, but I call pilot this time. Vamos a explorar nuestra ciudad.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so look here in Dallas. You can see many non-living things. Buildings, streets, casas, streetlights.
Esas son cosas no vivas.
And one Whynauts copter.
Whoa! And there are, of course, many living things in the city too, like people, other animals, and plants.
Esos son seres vivos, como nosotros. But let's go a little farther outside the city. Look at that field up ahead. Let's stop there. Paremos en ese campo.
Whoa! Okay, now this is some fresh air. And look at all these plants. As we mentioned back at the Perot Museum, plants need air to survive.
Plants also need water and nutrients, which most plants get from the soil through their roots. Las plantas también necesitan aire y agua, y obtienen agua y nutrientes a través de sus raíces.
And plants need energy from light, like sunlight.
That's right, y energía del sol. Plants absorb light energy from the sun and other sources and use it to make their own food. We call this process photosynthesis, or fotosíntesis en español.
And last, plants need space to grow. Las plantas necesitan espacio para crecer. Look around. When plants have all the things they need to survive, beautiful things can happen. Igual que nosotros, cuando las plantas tienen todo lo que necesitan, crecen saludables y fuertes.
Life is good. La vida es buena. Hey everyone, we're back.
Ya regresamos.
We were just talking about living and non-living things.
Living things have certain requirements that they need to survive.
Los seres vivos necesitan ciertas cosas para sobrevivir.
Animals need food, water, and shelter.
And plants need air, water, nutrients, light, and space to grow.
So, is everybody ready to learn more? All right, let's do this.
Now we want to talk about interdependence.
Interdependencia.
Uh-oh, big word alert. Interdependence. Whew. This one word is like 3 words long.
Sí, es una palabra larga, but many of you probably already know what it means. And if not, we're here to help. Estamos aquí para aprender.
Interdependence is how organisms rely on living and non-living things in their environment to survive.
La interdependencia es como los organismos vivos y no vivos dependen de sus medios para sobrevivir y cómo se relacionan entre ellos.
Oh, they depend on each other and other non-living things too.
There are great examples of interdependence right here in this terrarium.
A terrarium is an enclosed environment for small plants and animals. Un terrario es un ambiente cerrado para plantas y animales.
Check it out. What living things do you see?
What about non-living? Do you see any?
Eso. But I think in order for us to dig in a little deeper, someone needs to get in a little deeper. Literalmente más profundo.
Simulator time?
Simulator time. Visitemos a profundidad del terrario.
Sofia, I think it's your turn. Te toca.
Well, you know what I say. Cualquier cosa por la ciencia. Anything for science. And why not? Let's go.
Engage terrarium simulator. Shrink Sofia to frog size. Hola, pequeña rana. Perdón. Hola, Sofia.
Okay, pequeña Sofia, do you see any living things?
Ah! Un grillo gigante! A giant cricket!
Oops. I think we made her too small. Hang on.
Sorry.
That's still a very large cricket. I also see a frog and plants.
Frogs eat crickets. This frog depends on the cricket inside the terrarium to be its food, and the cricket depends on the plants inside to be their food.
Ya sáquenme de aquí. Creo que la rana piensa que yo soy su comida.
Relájate.
Lo siento, Sofia. And the cricket, frog, and all the plants depend on water. Water is a non-living thing.
Claro. El agua es una cosa no viva.
Sofia, do you see any other non-living things?
I see rocks and a light bulb. It's very bright in here.
Plants depend on light energy from the light bulb to grow. Las plantas necesitan la luz desde el foco.
And la rana depende de las plantas y las rocas para refugio y sombra. The frog depends on the plants and the rocks for shelter and shade. It's interdependence. Interdependencia.
Así es, Sofia. Muy bien. Every living thing in this terrarium depends on other living or non-living things.
Cada cosa viva en el terrario necesita de los otros seres vivos y cosas no vivas. See, interdependence isn't such a big word. But just so we're clear, I'm not eating that cricket.
Oh, no worries. Looks like the frog already got it.
Well, go ahead and come on out of there, Sofia. There's someone I want you to meet. Ya vente. Let's go.
Hey everybody, meet Ryan Hanley. Ella cuida a los animales. She takes care of some of the animals here at the Dallas Zoo, just like Lola.
Hey, Whynauts, so glad to meet you all. And so happy to see all you too. Sofia, nice to see that you're back to normal size.
Yo también. I prefer this size actually.
It suits you well. Anyways, Ryan, we were just talking about interdependence.
We've learned a lot already about how organisms depend on living and non-living things to survive. So how is interdependence important as a caregiver to the animals?
Really, it's everything. While we have a lot of animal habitats here where animals live, it's up to the caretakers to make sure they're safe, well-fed, and happy. The plants and the animals depend on me and our entire staff for food, water, and shelter.
Do caregivers care for plants and animals any differently? ¿Qué es lo que usted hace para cuidar a los animales y a las plantas?
Well, let's talk about their food. Plants are producers because they use light energy to make their own food. Animals, on the other hand, are consumers. They have to eat or consume their other living organisms. Both the plants and the animals depend on us.
Las plantas son productoras porque usan la energía de la luz para hacer su propia comida.
Y los animales son consumidores porque necesitan comer otros seres vivos.
Do any of you Whynauts have pets at home?
I do. I have a dog. Se llama Popocatépetl.
Popocatépetl?
Yeah, it's Aztec, named after a volcano in Mexico. My dog has tons of energy.
Now, your pet at home depends on you, just like the animals here depend on me. Do you ever help feed your pet at home?
Yes, I do, todos los días. And I give her water para que tome agua. And I take her on walks for exercise.
Having a pet is a big responsibility. They depend on us for food, shelter, and water.
Do you have pets at home? How do you help take care of them?
Even if you don't have pets, maybe you have plants. Those plants depend on you for energy and nutrients by way of fertilizer, and to make sure they're getting enough light.
Wow, it sounds like you guys really know your stuff about living organisms and interdependence.
We got this. Ryan, we'd love to know more about sloths and Lola.
So, where is Lola from and how do you take care of her here at the Dallas Zoo?
Sloths like Lola are from the tropical rainforests of Central and South America. Here at the zoo, we try to replicate their natural environment, things like temperature, humidity, and their natural food items.
Why are sloths so slow?
Sloths are so slow because they eat plants that don't have a lot of calories, so they help conserve energy by moving slow and sleeping a lot.
What made you want to become a zoologist?
I grew up loving animals and knew I wanted to help create a better world for animals by working at a zoo.
¿Cuál es su parte favorita del trabajo? What's your favorite part of your job?
I love working with a diverse group of animals and teaching people all about their wild adaptations.
So what is your advice for kids at home that want to someday study animals?
If you love animals and want to study them, start now. Work hard in school in science and math, and then maybe even volunteer at a zoo or a local wildlife rehab center.
Thanks, Ryan.
Adios, Whynauts!
Hey everybody, ready for the pop quiz? ¿Listos para las preguntas?
Sure. Let's start with a big one. Why is interdependence so important?
¿Por qué la interdependencia es tan importante?
Because organisms depend on living and non-living things to survive.
Así es, porque los organismos necesitan cosas vivas y no vivas para sobrevivir. What is the difference between a producer and a consumer? ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre productores y consumidores?
Producers like plants to make their own food. Animals are consumers because they eat plants or other animals for their food.
Las plantas son productoras porque hacen su propia comida. Los animales, consumidores, porque comen plantas u otros animales.
Yes, and remember, anyone can grow up to be a scientist and work at a place like the Perot Museum or the Dallas Zoo.
Because why not?
¿Por qué no?
We did it! Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.